good morning, everyone. So I'm Riya Wang. This is the Discover Your Soul today on Monday, 11 o'clock in Pacific time. I started this Discover Your Soul interview was back a few years ago. So that time, now I Discover Your Soul is I was asked, what does happiness mean to you? When I was travel around the world, I was travel about 30 countries, 100 cities. I interview many people from different countries, different race, different age. I ask same question. What does happiness mean to you? So I would like to pass. You can think about it and ask yourself, what really does happiness mean to you? By ask this question, it helps us to slow down while in the daily life, just being busy doing. I want you really think you doing things, is this make you happy or because just you used to doing it? So that's, we can give all of the to more aware, bring the awareness to our life, then bring more happiness and joy to our life. So today, I'm so honored and blessed to interview my guest, the amazing woman. So her name is, I just learned his name from Italian. What does she tell me? Said, Debbie DeCoino. If I said that is right, Debbie DeCoino. We have the coin, and then we have this, the coin. So welcome the Debbie Coino. I would like to let you introduce a little bit about yourself, honey.
Okay. Hi, Riya. Oh, this is so fun. Yes, Debbie DeQuino. You got it right, girl. That is so great. Yeah, so I guess I have a mouthful to introduce myself, right? I am a best-selling author. I'm a teacher. I'm a dancer. I'm a high-performance coach. I'm the founder of the Rich and Happy Entrepreneur Community. And I'm your new friend, right?
Yes, of course. Well, new friends. I think we are the soul friends.
Yes, we're soulful friends, right?
Oh, I want to introduce. I want to say a little bit how Debbie and I to met. We was in the group, and there have 400 people in the group online. So one day I got a message from Debbie. She said, "Oh, in the one day, another day we are all look in the screen. I saw your eyes. I needed to send you the message to say I want to connect with you." That was really touching moment. I was like, oh, this woman is amazing. I want to learn more about her. Who is this amazing woman? Here, she is.
I know, I love that story. I love hearing it from your point of view, because the same from my point of view, we were looking at everyone on the screen, and truthfully, I kind of felt like my spirit just led me to you, and I was able to look right in your eyes, and I'm like, okay, I have to write her name down. I'm going to reach out to her, because I just felt this connection. And then what I loved is then I found out what you were all about. And you're all about bringing joy and happiness into lives. And I'm like, oh my God, she's singing my song. This is exactly what I want to do. No wonder I'm supposed to connect. Yeah, it was really kind of a spiritual, right?
Yes.
Spiritual state.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
at this age, we have a lot of people have the spiritual awakening. So I suddenly have new questions I want to ask. Just come to my mind this moment. So okay. We always talk about spiritual awakening. We talk about connect with my spirit. So I would like to ask you, Debbie. So what does spiritual meaning to you?
Spiritual meaning. Oh, wow. This is so great because I analyze it a lot. So I deliver I do a weekly meditation with my community, and it's It's just a free online Facebook meditation. We'll talk about that later. And I'm always bringing up that we have 5 bodies. We have a physical body, a mental body, an emotional body, a spiritual body, and an energetic body. And then we can decipher, we all know what our physical body is. And we can deduce what our mental body is, right? Our emotional body. But when it comes to the spiritual and the energetic body, I try and even make my own definition. And so for me, my spiritual body is the deepest source, the core within us, I believe is divine. I believe we are connected with a power much greater than ourselves that goes beyond the galaxies and out to the outer rims of the universe. I mean, we are connected to everything that is, like string theory, we are connected. I truly believe we are one. And that's the spiritual body for me. And then if I may, I'm going to go into the energetic body to finish off the 5. Whereas our energetic body is what we are perceiving, what we see, what we think, our actions, our behaviors create an energy. We are a source of energy, and that energy affects everything around us. So that's, for me, the difference of the 5 bodies, including the spiritual body.
That is beautiful, Debbie. I think we all, yes, I think I was teaching courses called Layers of the Life. It's kind of the same thing like what you talk about. So we have 3 layers, the big layers, 3 big layers. So we have like a physical body, like you said. Then in this physical body, we include environment, how we body relate with environment, the physical body. Also, we have this personal body. So how is the personal body is what is the food you choose? The food you put in your mouth to your body is deliver more energy, or the food you put in your body is poison, is make your body more tired. So that's the personal body you can make what you put your body to be. Then also we talk about the energy. How do you expanding your energy around yourself, also around another people? Like you and me, we just talk through this screen. I can feel your beautiful energy. So it's an example. A lot of people just you can be example if you walk into the room. In that room, you have 10 people in the room, but you don't know anybody. But you can immediately feel you like somebody, you connect with someone. Just like you go through the screen, you suddenly find my eyes, you feel the connections. Then some people maybe you don't feel that much connection. Or some maybe you are a little bit hesitant, you don't want to connect. So that is energy. So we talk about these layers in our life. I think all of the study, all of the things, I'm not an expert, I'm not a scientific, but for me to study bigger benefits is, so that help me to aware what around me, to aware the life I'm living, how to bring more joy, how to be more awareness with my relationship with others, with myself. So that is, we talk about energy body, personal body, with all of this. Don't you agree, Debbie?
Absolutely. Awareness opens up a whole new field of life when we become aware. And when I think when we become aware, I believe it helps us move out of the victim state. When we're unaware, we tend to come, our consciousness, from what I've studied, our consciousness has moved from survival to now we are actually on the planet, we're in a victim state. And as individually we become aware, our consciousness moves into the next level. And so a lot of us are starting to move into that next level, becoming very aware. And you're becoming aware when you realize you just blamed someone else instead of taking responsibility, or you're making up excuses instead of taking responsibility. And we become aware of our own behaviors, right? That's kind of like the first baby step. And then, like, as I can tell you, Riya, and myself, we've gone deeper and deeper into awareness and understanding who we are, what makes us happy, what brings us joy, and how can we bring that into the world, even in our own little neighborhood. How can we, right? How can we add that?
Absolutely. I think awareness is the key to next level of the life, your purpose. So if you don't aware, like a lot of you and me, we're teaching a lot of courses, talk about consciousness, talk about awareness, talk about how to tap in with the happiness. That all started with awareness. I think I would love to have another topic, another time we talk about really dive in about what is consciousness healing, what is the awareness, how to raise your happiness energy. All of these tools, I know you have a lot in your toolbox to share with people. That's I'm excited. We can have another topic.
Sure.
Consciousness healing awareness. So
right.
Come back to today's podcast. So today's podcast, I would like to ask you the same question I asked many people, but no one have the same answers. So this question is, what does happiness mean to you, Debbie?
Yeah. So Riya, I've watched your other podcast, and I know that you asked this question of all your guests. So I kind of knew it was coming. And right? Yes. And so my answer to that, because I've given it a lot of thought just prior to our conversation today, but I want to share something. For me, I have to talk about happiness and joy. I cannot separate them.
I want to ask you, so what does meaning different between happiness
and joy? I love that question. I love that question. Yes.
In another podcast, I ask people, my guests, same thing, because many of us, we are just thinking, oh, that makes me happy, that's happy. They're really not really thinking about what's really different between happiness and joy. Even now, many people, maybe this, I ask some people, they will say, I think they're same, no different. I think it's each one have different, come from the different experience from the life. I'm excited to hear about you talk about that.
Yes. So happiness is wonderful. In fact, like when I'm in network groups and I introduce myself, I often say I'm a performance coach and a happiness injector. I call myself happiness injector because that's what my clients have all told me I do for them. But in truth, I want to tell you, for me, the happiness injector.
I love that word. I was reading this morning. I said, oh, happiness injector. Inject me, just like make me happy. That's a word. I love that. That's a cool word. So
for me, happiness is it's an emotional state of well-being. And I truly feel like happy is a response or a reaction to something. Like usually people will say things like, oh, that really made me happy. Oh, I would be so happy if. It's kind of like a cause and an effect. Something causes them to be happy. It's an emotional state of well-being. Whereas, and actually, so this is my book, Calm is the New Happy, and I'm showing you this because there's a chart by Dr. David Hawkins. It's called Scale of Consciousness. I happen to have it in my book, so that's why
I haven't got a chance to read that book. I would like to get that book. So please, after this, put your book information down the comment, and anybody who's watching this, so please to look up that link Debbie will be to
Thank you.
the book for that.
Amazon. Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. So anyway, on the scale of consciousness, and this is by Dr. David Hawkins, who studied emotional levels from low density emotions like guilt and shame and grief and fear and desire. We vibrate at different levels. And then as the levels move up, I wanted to pull up like happiness. It vibrates at a level of 350. The number's not important. Low vibration, or it can be down to like 20. Happy is 350, okay? And happy is like the life view of hopeful and harmonious. I wrote these things down to make sure I got the numbers right. Now, joy, on the other hand, joy. This is a state of jubilation, exaltation, of glee, of radiance, right? Of gratification. And joy, I believe, is a choice. It's not the result or reaction to something. Joy is a choice. For me, it's a choice. And Dr. David Hawkins says it is the state of completeness. So when we choose joy, we just feel totally complete. Like when I feel joy, I can't stop smiling. It's just like, right? You're just like grinning. True joy just makes you smile. If you're not smiling, then you haven't really hit the state of joy. And on the life chart, joy resonates at 540. So happiness is at 350, joy is at 540. So the higher the number goes, the lighter you are. The lower the number, the more dense. That's why we say dark thoughts, they're dense. There's no light in the thought. And light thoughts, right, is a higher frequency. So joy for me, it's a choice, and it's just this overall feeling of jubilation. Like no matter what is going on in my life, I tap into joy. Even if it doesn't make me happy, I tap into joy. Does that kind of explain a little difference there?
Oh, absolutely. I have a complete agree with you, because I'm also the sound therapist. We talk about the vibration, we talk about the frequency. What is, like we said, when you feel stress, when you feel the guilty is very low vibration. But in our life, in our society, how do we grow up? We be taught so many ways to feel guilty. That is really, when you feel guilty, you feel your guts to get, so it's tie up, then your whole body tie up. Yeah, you feel unpleasant. But when you feel happy, you are just open up. But talk about the joy, like you said. I have a client ask me, she was asking me one day, she said, Riya, why you always tell me, you always say, I fall in love with myself. What does that meaning of falling in love with yourself? What is really meaning of self-love? I always tell them, self-love is falling in love with yourself is really not just feelings. It's action. It's each morning I wake up, I open my eyes. I no longer to find somebody or someone or something to bring happiness, bring joy to me, because I have that already within me. So then I wake up, I have this energy, I have this passion, want into the life to doing what I love to do. So that is the joy is within. And the happiness, I always say sometimes it's like external. You want something, it's a short term of the satisfaction. Then you get something, you are happy, but quickly you move on to next things to make you happy. But you will feel joy, you feel this bliss, feel this vibration inside you. You no longer need another things to bring.
That I love. We are on the same page. I know I'm getting joy just listening to you, right?
Thank you.
I'm just feeling this joy and happy. I'm feeling it all.
I feel we are vibrating in the same, that same frequency, same vibration that time. So I just feel the joy. Also, when we hang out with people, we have the same feelings. So you vibrate, it's more happiness with the joy. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Wow. Thank you.
I love that. I love that every morning you look in the mirror and you reflect to yourself. It's like you make a choice right then, right? That you're going to be happy, you're going to be joyful, you're going to feel bliss today. And I'm sure you're looking yourself in the eyes and you're just connecting your spirit, right? And
yeah, that's I think we all go through with different life. Some people go through with the trauma. Some people go through with, have different reasons. Some is like abused or whatever. It's that point. Sometimes when we grew up, I want to say when I was grew up, I don't know I shared this story with you or not. It's just short story. I want to just short to say when I was born, I was besold to another family. So in my whole life, I've been deal with. I was hate to be woman. I want to be the boy. I was think if I'm the boy, my family wouldn't give me away. In my whole life, I've been deal to prove I have this value, to prove to work so hard, to want use my value, how to say, to want to people think I have value. I keep pushing myself, but I never be happy. Even I did a successful business, I did have this, but it never really make me feel the joy until now. I really through with self-doubt to self-healing to self-love until now, self-empower that inspire other people. That joy really completely reason from bottom of my heart, vibrate in my body. So I have that passion. I bet you have that too, Debbie. We all want to share that with other people. There have so many tools, so many ways to release that trauma. So anyway, I can when I go to talk about this topic, I get excited. Now I give back to you. I don't want to take that. So we continue. We all have so many to talk about this. Let's continue. Another question, Debbie, I would like to ask you. We talk about joy different with the happiness. So I have another question is, go through with all of this challenge in your life. How did it define who you are today? I bet you have all of this experience, challenge in your life. How that made who you are today?
right. So I think the challenge in my life that actually brought me to like what I'm doing today, and right now I do have two businesses. We didn't even cover that, and I gave such a short introduction of myself. But I do have two businesses, a teacher coaching business. One is a dance. I have an adult dance school business. And another is I'm coaching, teaching, working with high performance entrepreneurs and creatives and helping them transform stress that keeps you in indecision and doubt and distraction, right? And move them out of that so that they can be free to be the person they want to become and what they want to accomplish. And I'm the perfect person to talk about that because I was so caught up in a stressful business that I was building. My challenge in, let's see, from 1995 to 2007, I was building a clothing business. So I had my ladies activewear company, and I was so striving to make that into something successful and productive and, strong reputation and quality garments and really wearing far too many hats. And I was hiring. I had a small staff. I was hiring, but I was wearing far too many hats. I was carrying stress and burdens that had I had awareness back then, I think I would have taken a whole different direction. But instead, when we are not on the best path for ourselves, I think life steps in. Like my body, I just had emotional burnout and body breakdown. My body just started taking on so many different diseases and effects. It just started with small things like your neck going out all the time because I was sketching and making patterns, and migraine headaches, started coming monthly. Then I started getting herniated disc and sciatica, and then the pain came on, and that pain was diagnosed as fibromyalgia. And this just continued year after year after year after year, 8 years of this intense pain, because I wasn't dealing with my stress. I wasn't really dealing with life. I just kept chasing. And then, Riya, one night, truthfully, I don't know what else to call it except a miracle. A miracle happened in my life. I was in so much pain. I remember I was in tears. I was face down in my pillow. I was just crying out. And I started talking to my body. I started saying, what is it I can do? How can I help you? My back was in so much pain, my chest, my arms. It felt like someone had just beaten me with a bat for hours. If you can imagine how that would feel. And I kept talking to all my body parts, and I started loving them, sending them love and appreciation and thankfulness. Thank you for being here. And I started to imagine what it must look like inside me. Red, throbbing, pink muscles, everything chaotic and pain, and what that must look like. And I kept connecting with my own body. And I did this for about 45 minutes straight. And the pain started, it just totally left my arms, totally left my chest. Of course, I'm laying on my chest, face down in the pillow. And then I could feel it gathering in my back. And it was shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until literally it got to be, the pain was about this size in the center of my back. And then I could feel it crunching, like crunchy cereal in your hands, like it was making noises, and I wasn't even moving. And the pain just and then it started melting down my back, and it melted away. And 8 years of pain just left my body. After doctors, nurses, chiropractors, healing, I went to healers. No one could help me. That night, my thought, my mind healed my body just by giving it love and attention, and love and attention, and talking to it. And that was my awakening. That was OMG, what the hell happened? Where did it go? Where's the pain? The next morning, you're looking for your pain. Where's the pain? The pain was all gone. The next day, the pain's all gone. Where's the pain? And that put me on my path to understand how powerful our thought is. Our thought, we can actually heal ourselves. And to cut to the chase, to really bring me up to today, in my studies and all my readings and my research about mind-body connection, how did that work? And I learned that what I had done, there's a name for it. It's called Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian process that means to make right. And the process is so easy. I'm going to share it with you right now. Anyone that listens to us can enjoy it this moment. The process is simply talking to yourself and say, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And what I didn't know that night when I had that miraculous healing, that's what I was saying to my body without knowing it had a name, like without knowing it was Ho'oponopono, right? I just kept saying, how can I help you? I love you. I'm so sorry you feel this way. I'm so sorry. Thank you for being here. Right? I just was in that whole process. And that Ho'oponopono, I end every live stream meditation with Ho'oponopono. I give it to all my clients. They have brought money into their life by using Ho'oponopono. They have cured relationships. They've healed relationships that were never on a good grounding. We've healed arguments. I've been able to get parking spaces, open up traffic. One client even stopped time by using Ho'oponopono. And she had a 10-minute drive, right? And somehow she lost time. She was stuck at lights. Somehow she was able to get home and get on her call 2 minutes early. She said, Debbie, I don't know what happened. I said, you literally stopped time. She said, I just kept saying Ho'oponopono the whole time. She just kept saying. So her 14-minute drive, somehow she did it in 8 minutes, right? And it's just like really crazy. This is the most wonderful, transformative meditation process share that I just want the whole world to learn about and use it. Sorry, that was a long answer to a short question.
That is beautiful, Debbie. Thank you for sharing. I think we all need to hear that. So whoever you go through, deal with your stress or deal whatever is the point in your life, you don't have to deal that alone. You can practice with us with this. Then you can find Debbie if you want to practice with her, or you can practice with me. I think I'm complete. We have this same stories, little different, but it's the same concept. So when I was, I said when I was in China, I have this business. Like I said, I want to prove I have value. That's how to prove myself is by bring more successful business. I also have 2 spas, then have a clothing shop, a coffee shop. I have this company sell all of this beauty product. Then I moved to America. So 15 years ago, I don't speak any English. I started my English like 15 years, 16 years. I always joke around, say, if you don't understand my English, I can speak Chinese to you. But the long story short, even I'm come to America, I started build my business in San Jose, Silicon Valley, have 3 spas. In my past 20 years, I built like 20, I built probably about 10 spas, all of this business. I would think successful business bring happiness to me. But it is a point, one day I was completely crushed. Because to build all of this business, you know that stress, concentrate, how to manage this, people, how to put how to put this out, how do you, just all of the business stress. I was have a panic attack. I have this anxiety. I was called 911 twice in a week. The last time I was in the 911 in embassy, going through the hospital, that road, I was think was 15, 20 minutes, but I was sat that time forever, so slow. I was asking myself, I said, think about Riya, if you die at this moment, so what is really meaning, the life meaning to you? So why you're not happy? Why you doing all of the things is not happy? What will be changed? Do you have time to change? That really gave me awareness. I started asking myself, oh, What is meaning? What is my purpose to living with life? I don't need to prove anybody anymore. I have value, but big things I need I myself to feel that. So after that, I started searching. Then after that, I started selling my house, selling my business, selling my car, selling everything I owned. I go into this 2 years I call discover my soul. That trip I will be go through with Tibetan village 3 months. I will be meditating in the pyramids for 10 days. I go through all of this. I go to the Sri Lanka, go to all different places, the countries to study what is, discover what is happiness. That I come out with this podcast. What does happiness mean to you? So that is the whole sense. We are always have to ask the question to aware what we are doing, what is the purpose in our life. I believe each one, we come to this life, have a way own purpose. When you lament with your purpose, with your soul, you will find the meaning and the joy in your life. This is
Amen. Yes.
Amen. This is today's podcast. Thank you everyone who was here, who are here, or you will be watching the replay later. So thank you for being here with us. So you can welcome to make a comment below. Then if you have any question for me, for Debbie, so please feel free to reach out to us. So I'm Riya Wang. This is the Discover a Soul Monday podcast and live in the Zenquency Art of Healing. So you can find all the information below. So thank you, Debbie. Thank you. So before we close this, I would like that I always ask my guests. So if you use 3 words, then ask the tips. Give the people who can benefit. Use that tips to apply in your daily life. So what will be?
Well, this is a good share for me, an easy share, because like you said, every morning you look in the mirror and you love yourself. Every morning I tag my day. It's 3 words every morning. Tag: thankfulness, appreciation, gratitude. Tag, T-A-G. Every morning before I even lift my head from the pillow, I tag my day. So my 3 words to the world are: let's all show thankfulness, appreciation, and gratitude. And close it with Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
I'm sorry. Please.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I have my gratitude to all of you are here to listen this or watch this, and gratitude to Debbie to share your amazing gift to all the people. Also a gratitude for me doing this, to doing all of this sharing with that. So thank you everybody. Thank you everyone here. I hope see you next time on my Monday Discover Your Soul. If you are interested and come to here to be my guest, so please email me your information, contact with me. We can share your stories with the world.
How beautiful. How beautiful. Thank you, Riya, for having me. It was so fun. Thank you.
Thank you.